Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron Nix. This is the WrestlePlug YouTube channel, and this is WWE Raw in 3 minutes. And I know you've been waiting for it. It's 3 minutes, but we might add a little bit of time for the memes, if you don't mind. Let's get the counter on the screen, and let's get cracking. WWE Raw opens pretty admirably, it has to be said, with Bobby Lashley taking on Xavier Woods. And I'm thinking, oh, Bobby Lashley will crush him. Oh, actually, no, Xavier Woods will just roll him up for the win. What? At first, I wasn't a big fan of this. Then I realised later on why they did this, and actually it might work out in their favour come Money in the Bank, particularly if they're building to a certain clash between two mega monsters later down the line for the WWE title. Decent stuff, to be fair, and a decent match. Despite Vince McMahon's attempts to completely sabotage and ruin women's wrestling on this show, the Fatal 4-Way women's match was actually a really good wrestling match. Nikki Ash, yeah, I know, she overcomes Asuka, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss, who's taken out by Doudrop prior to the match, or somewhat between the match, when she just throws her over the barrier and then she just disappears. Apparently we might be building to Ava Marie versus Alexa Bliss.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Still, the match itself was actually really good. Like I said, the triple threat dynamic between Naomi, Asuka, and Nikki Cross worked really fucking well. But I absolutely hate Almost a Superhero. I'm not getting on board with it as much as Nikki Cross is the most adorable little piece of dynamite you could ever possibly imagine. Last week, Jinder Hardbody Mahal arrived at Raw on a motorcycle, and it was 5 stars, possibly 6, maybe even 7 if it was in the Tokyo Dome. This week, Drew McIntyre smashed up his motorcycle as recompense for Jinder Mahal defacing his replica sword. -5 stars.
What do you think, Mum? It hardly matters. Shall we proceed?
Sheamus is back after 6 weeks out with a broken nose. He's got his Phantom of the Opera mask, and he's going to defend his United States title finally against Humberto Carrillo. Yay, because we haven't seen that much 55 fucking turns already.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
This is by far and away the highlight of Raw. John Morrison versus Ricochet in a last man standing match. Now, I do have gripes. Why in fuck's name has a last man standing match gone from being one of the ultimate qualifiers for ending a rivalry to just, hey, these two guys can keep flipping but keep getting counted out, so let's give them a last man standing match just for the sake of it. But they made great use of the stipulation. The dynamics, the aerial threats, the flipping mentality. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of flip, but if you're going to do it well. These boys did it fucking phenomenally. If you're going to watch one thing from Raw, which admittedly was pretty good for wrestling at least, this is definitely it. This is the kind of match. If this had been on Dynamite, let's be real, AEW fans, you would have been screaming and going absolutely crazy about it, and rightfully so, because it was a phenomenal contest. And I don't want people to downplay it just because it was on WWE Raw. By the way, shout out to The Miz and Riddle at the end. Riddle comes down, puts The Miz on his back, and he's like a turtle going, Reminds me of that scene in Futurama where Bender can't get up off his back until the turtle shows him how to.
I'm sorry, buddy. At least we'll die on our backs, helpless. Huh? What the hell are you doing? Hey, are you trying to make me look bad?
Maybe it's because they're saying goodbye to the Thunderdome, but there's something in the water on this Raw because, again, another great wrestling match. Rhea Ripley versus Natalya, a fantastic exhibition, a fantastic example of what women's wrestling can be when you don't just put loads of bells and whistles on it, you just let the two women go out there and provide you with an excellent wrestling contest. Great match. Charlotte Flair jumps Rhea Ripley, as you would expect afterwards, gets the little chop block in, puts a gnarly-looking figure 4 on her over the apron, and we'll see you this Sunday, bitches. And closing the show is the MVP Lounge. Oh god, Bobby Lashley's going to fire MVP, but no, Bobby Lashley comes down and beats the living shit out of some furniture. To be fair to him, it was actually a really good promo after he decked the sofa, and he looks much more mean, he looks much more serious, and I think this is a really good thing, because if he's going to dismantle Kofi Kingston the way he says he's going to this Sunday at Money in the Bank, there's only one option left for him after that at SummerSlam, and it's gotta be Brock Lesnar, although you just know that Vince McMahon's gonna, ha! Unlucky! And throw Goldberg right in there to fuck everybody off. Raw was It wasn't fantastic, but it was decent. It was okay. The wrestling quality was so good that you couldn't really get away from it being a half-decent show. It did help that I went to the gym halfway through, so I was kind of watching it while I was clanging and banging, and that makes it just a little bit easier. I'd probably give it a solid 6.5 to 7 out of 10 because the wrestling quality was truly spectacular. John Morrison versus Ricochet, if they'd had that match either on pay-per-view, in front of a crowd, or on a Dynamite or something of that nature where people actually really want to hype up the product, people would have left thinking that was a 4 to 5 star match. They would have, because the stunts alone were so spectacular. It wasn't my personal cup of tea, but I can recognise that it was a great match. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've enjoyed this cheeky little impromptu review of WWE Raw. Apologies if I haven't managed to keep it into the 3-minute parameters that you like. I know there are people messaging me going, actually, it was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Well, you people can suck my dongle is all I can say. Now, where's that bath and where's that toaster? I'll catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug, because my toaster just never seems to do what it's supposed to do and end me. And